one of the things I realized is kind of like, it's what, there's what I know, and then there's what I'm supposed to share, and how I'm supposed to share it so that way everybody gets it. Would you guys agree? And I think that's the biggest secret to the business, because it doesn't matter what I know. It's I have to be able to convey it in a way where everybody here gets it. And so that's like the art to the whole business of really teaching. It's, because there's a lot of people that know what they're doing, but they can't teach it. Okay? And I was thinking about, like, what was the most important point to the business of buying multifamilies that really, allowed me to grow so quickly. And I wanted to kind of like just start off with that point. Okay? And it's kind of like, it's really weird. Like, my friends that hang out with me, and I have a very small circle of friends. They, when we hang out, like, I always talk about stuff. And to me, it's like just common sense. But to them, they're like, this is revolutionary, and so in a way, I don't know what I know is valuable. You guys get what I'm saying? And so there's this one point that really, literally just transformed my whole business in terms of buying multifamilies. And if you guys just understand this point before leaving today, you'll get it. Okay? Can you guys close the door? And leave that left door open so that way other people can come, but close these door too. Okay, and so before we start, can you guys turn off your phones? And what it's going to go, how the event's going to run is I'm going to talk for like the next 3 hours. Okay? I don't normally do breaks because I forget. Okay? Right, so I just zone in and I just forget. So if you guys need a break, can you guys raise your hand and say, hey, can we do a break? Because I forget. So let me tell you guys the point first before I forget it. So the biggest point that I've discovered in terms of buying multis is really this. I'll give you guys a scenario. See, the scenario is, let's imagine you have, let's say, just $100,000, okay? Just a simple number. And the number is not even important because you can, raise capital, or you can use hard money to borrow money and things like that. But just imagine that we were only limited to having this 100,000. And so the question now is, how do you buy more assets or grow your business with it, right? And so here's the idea. The idea is pretty much this. Let's say you have 100,000. There's a few ways of doing it. You can take that 100,000 and you can buy a property, okay? 100% cash, and then you refinance out. Everybody got that? Now, when you do the refi, you always have to, the secret to the whole game is understanding the refinance. Because the refinance is what? Is the ability to get your money back, correct? And so if you do the refi, and the refi is, let's say, 75%, okay? What does that tell you? That tells you that you have 25% stuck in the transaction, correct? And so in order for you to do this process all over again, you would refinance the 75 out, and then you would have to save up 25 to repeat the process. Would you guys agree? So that's the typical process. And a long time ago, I thought that was the way to do it as well, until I realized this great idea. And the great idea is, what if I just bought the asset from the very beginning for $75,000? It's worth 100. Do you guys follow? But I just bought it from the very beginning for $75,000. So when I go and do the refinance, what would the bank give me back? $75,000. And once I get it back, I don't have to wait, and save up $25,000 to buy the next asset. I can just buy the next asset. It's that simple. And it's that crazy. Okay? It's crazy because it's so simple. You guys get what I'm saying? It's like it's so simple that it's not like real. And that's what I've come to realize. It's like it's nothing revolutionary. It's nothing like no one here knows. Doesn't know, I mean. It's nothing that no one here doesn't already know. Would you guys agree? Right? It's just that one of the things that come to us is, Well, where do you find deals for 75 cents if it's worth 100, right? And so if that's the only roadblock, can you just imagine deciding to figure out that roadblock, right? And coming up with the answer to that, and then once you're done, now you have no excuses. Do you guys follow? Right? And what's the magic that I've discovered with investing in what's called a C market? So you can do this also in A markets, okay? It's just that I built a larger portfolio in C markets, and so I can talk more about it. And I'm going to talk to you guys about what a C market is and all that stuff later. But the great thing about C markets is that it's very easy to get opportunities for 75 cents a dollar. Better yet, I'm going to show you guys how to identify C market and stuff later as well, right? But once I find a C market, the first thing I do is I do the due diligence to see how easy it is to look for deals for 75 cents. So first is identify a C market. Second is how easy is it to get those opportunities. Do you guys follow? Because not every C market has those characteristics. And so there's a town like that's a C market. You know, the income there is below income, right? But the characteristics of the real estate in that marketplace does not conform to allow me to easily get 75-cent deals. And because that's the case, I don't enter. I go to the next town. I look for the town that is easily giving me what I want. You guys follow? It's that crazy. The other thing about today's event is this. I do a lot of marketing, okay, to generate deals. But I've also learned how to do this entire business without any marketing, okay? And so what I'm going to show you guys is, you guys ever heard of what's called a motivated seller? Okay, for the people that have not heard of it, a motivated seller is a person that's desperately trying to sell their house, right? Or really, really highly motivated to sell their house. Well, I've learned, or I figured out how to generate motivated sellers through the MLS. Okay, I figured out how to identify what a motivated seller looked like through the MLS. Not only that, engage with them, make contact, make offers to them, and get them to sell to the price it needs to be. Okay, and so I'm going to talk about that later. So we're not going to go into like how to do direct mail and stuff like that today at all. The reason why is because to me, I think that's like for anybody that's new to the business, you know, that's a waste of time. You know, why do marketing to people that are going through distress that actually never volunteered to sell? Would you guys agree? These people never volunteered to sell. They could be losing their house, the foreclosure, probate, all these crazy things, right? But they never said, hey, I want to sell my house. Would you guys agree? And so we're doing all this direct mail to people, and they never said they want to sell. Whereas on the MLS, which is the system that you know, people that want to sell, they go give their house to a realtor to list their house. These people all already volunteered that they want to sell, right? The only thing is, it might not be for the price we need it at. Not yet, anyway. Right? And so there's a whole game I'm going to show you on how to get that. Okay? Other than that,